Hello, everybody, and welcome to the pre-Moonbase 2 show. Yes, we'll be doing Brawl today, Groove, and then on to the Voyagers with any luck. Hello, Big D.
Yeah. Hello.
Obviously, we're in pre-show. We're getting ready and sorted out. I'll better get Brawl up before I forget, because I did forget that we hadn't done him, because we ended right on him, didn't we? And we were like,
We
should
wanted
we
to end on a high note and
That's
not.
right. Not specifically, not Brawl. It was, do you want to do it? And you were like, no, he's bad. I was like, that's true. He is bad. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let's kick off the show. I'll hit the music and then we can get straight into it because, Combiner Wars, there's a lot to go through still.
Yeah.
All right, music time.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy Decade Andy. I'm here with Big D. Hello, Big D.
Hey, Andy. How you doing, bud?
I'm good. What are we talking about today for a change?
Oh, it's more Combiner Wars Deluxes.
Yeah, but not many.
No,
two
only
molds.
two.
Yes.
Only two, and thankfully, only one of them has more than 5 uses.
Yes, and to be fair, Groove is only like 1, I think, or maybe 2.
Thankfully, well, Groove has Retgar for 2.
Oh, that's true.
For 2 different versions of Afterburner, but
that's not that bad.
Decos.
Yeah. Not nearly as bad as some. Well, a lot of the other ones that we've had to cover. But we're gonna. Oh, sorry.
I was saying, has any line uses? I know there are some toolings that have had a lot of reuses over the years. So, like for classic Seeker, Siege, Sideswipe, for Siege Seeker for that matter, Tetra. But I don't think a single line that we've looked at so far has had as many redecos as Combiner Wars.
Well, we got to remember that some of them are spread across Japan and FunPub as well, but still within the Hasbro line. Yeah, there's a lot. But you say that, but I mean, if you look at a lot of the figures that are coming out in Age of the Primes, there are a lot of reuses.
That's true.
And did you have you seen on Hasbro Pulse what the next wave is going to be and how much it's going to cost?
Oh yeah, I saw they put a price increase in, and it's like
£27.99 for a deluxe figure.
Yeah, I'm so glad I went via Star Action Figures for my pre-orders.
Well, they're going to be popping. Yeah, they're going to be increasing their price alongside them at some point.
Yeah,
they're going to have to.
Their discount. The discount they had on this wave was maybe £1 or £2 a little more. Well, it wasn't as much as the previous waves have been.
Yeah.
So, it's affecting them. But I mean, the fact they always put a discount on their pre-orders anyway is kind of impressive because most places don't do that.
No. Well, but I have a question. Obviously, it's not a question for the Combiner Wars, but how much until it's too much for you? Because it's already there for me. I'm already past it's too much money for me to buy a brand new Transformer. I just don't do it.
I mean, hell, most of the time now, unless I have some cash in hand or in fact, normally it's when there's a sale on, I pick anything up, to be honest. Because I've been a bit burnt by how... Or it's two things. It's either got to be something I really, really want for my collection.
Yeah.
Or the sale price has to make me go, I can justify that.
And you need to find a good sale price as well, because Amazon price, you get I don't know, maybe £5 off of a deluxe sometimes.
I mean, it can
vary. I mean, you need to really keep on. I that's another reason kind of why I stopped picking up Transformers, because it became work. Like, I'd need to go onto Amazon pretty much every day to see, has this one Transformer that I'm interested in actually dropped to a price that I'm interested in? And at some point along the line, I just went, it's so much work. I'm not getting a lot out of the squeeze, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's why I'm quite glad I'm on, at least I follow a couple of the stores on their socials. Because places like Star, In Demand, hell, even as much as I hate to say it, Pulse, when they do run a sale, they'll put stuff up. And honestly, Pulse's clearance section can sometimes throw up some odd gems if you're willing to brute through it all.
Yeah.
The Star In Demand do, fair play to them, put up some pretty decent discounts from time to time. I mean, I think I said last time I only got that Karnavek and Iron Fist 2-packs. It was 30 quid.
Yeah.
And Nova Prime because it was 35 for the reissue.
It's crazy. Prices like a leader is going to be £64 now. The price of a brand new video game. It's like, well, what do you get? Do you get one leader or do you get one brand new video game like AAA title? You're gonna get a AAA title. It's better value.
That's a bit of a steep one to ask though. Going up by a full tenner. That's a big leap because
and they're doing it on Megabolt as well. Not a brand new mold on Megabolt.
Yeah.
Is it Megabolt? Megazarek.
Megazarek.
Right. Yeah. It's like it's a repaint and not like a significant animation model repaint. It's just like a random, if I remember, like Botcon color or something.
Yeah.
Originally.
I mean, hell, as it stands, a lot of the stuff I was thinking of pre-ordering, I'm probably going to wait and see if I can pick it up at TF Nation in Swindon.
Yeah,
in October.
It's a little bit different when you're at a convention because you go, well, you're probably going to be spending more anyway. Fine. I don't begrudge people also, spending a little bit more at a convention.
You know, when you go to a con, you can normally find, as much as you may pay some stuff retail or above the odds, you can also find some gems from time to time. But
but it's not the new stuff. It the new stuff will always be retail or more.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But, the older stuff you can do, like the previous wave, the 2 years older stuff, you can get some decent prices on that stuff. Yeah.
I mean, there's a chunk of stuff where I've just ordered it off of HLJ instead because the price has actually been a little. It sounds weird. The price sometimes works out a little cheaper, and if I tied up with some other stuff on the postage, then it balances out. You know?
Yeah, all depends. It's weird.
Yeah,
we're in a rough spot at the moment. I think with Hasbro and Transformers. I think financially speaking, it's getting. I think hard for at least some people like myself at the very least, to justify spending the money on it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Mr. Gruff made a good point that when we were chatting in a week that perhaps it needs to go away for a little while as a brand.
Yeah. In some ways, I would agree, just on the basis that I have that for me there hasn't been anything Transformers wise fictionally since Prime. There's been nothing. Yeah. I know some people like the comics. I haven't enjoyed the comics for a while, at least. So
that's fair. I mean, long time. I do enjoy them, but I understand why they're not everyone's cup of tea. So that's fair.
The closest I got to having a good Transformer media was the Transformers 1 movie. It was okay. It was fine. Not to the point where I didn't hate it. It was just like, slice of white bread. It's fine. It's all right. Things I didn't like in it, but it was fine. But man, the cartoons are, oh boy. Woof. They're like aggressively bad.
Yeah. It honestly, I don't think Hasbro are very good at handling any of their properties at the moment.
No.
And that's not a knock on any of the designers, but
it's the corporate people.
Everyone on the teams responsible for these products. Because I've watched some Star Wars shows for G.I. Joe. Well, the reveal shows for streams. The G.I. Joe team, the Star Wars team, the Transformers team. They all come across. Do they come across a bit awkward? Yeah, but that's because they're not presenters. They're actual members of the design teams for the most part, who are kind of getting nerdy and sharing their love for the properties and what's gone into things. And
right, in a corporate way as well, because they can't talk openly about things.
Yes.
There'll definitely be a mandate of you're not allowed to say this. You can't say why we're not allowed to do this. You can't say why this thing does this. It's like, you're not allowed to.
Yeah, but it's very clear whilst you're watching it, though, that these are people who do actually care about properties. It's not them making the choices, the decisions that impact the price and the parts count. They're working with what they've been told to do, like you say. It's it's frustrating.
Rough. That's rough.
Welcome to 2026, folks.
Yeah, but we'll talk about Brawl. Not a great little guy in a lot of ways. I don't hate Brawl, but he's definitely in terms of a figure, he feels limited.
Yes, compared after everyone else, he feels very much a letdown.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't hate him either. I actually have never had really a bad experience with my copy of Brawl, but I wasn't really doing very much with him. I transformed a couple times when he's been in part of Bruticus for the longest time.
Yeah,
since then, but he feels like almost like an afterthought, you know. Everywhere else, even Swindle, who we had some thoughts about last time, the actual figure itself is good. It's just like the alt mode for detailing was frustrating. But Brawl, it hurts because he's a unique sculpt in his own right.
Yep.
He's the only tank in the line. Current doesn't swivel. He's got no stomach.
No.
And which I still find hilarious that he has no stomach. It's like, right, did you just run out of time? Did the paper run out when you were designing?
He's got a lot of boob. Like his torso is a giant boob, and then like you say, there's no like abdomen area, and then there's just the waist. It's weird. I couldn't remember if he had a turret swivel or not. I'm glad you reminded me, because I was pretty sure he didn't. And it's a shame. I think the tank mode itself looks perfectly okay in some ways. Well, in a lot, like it looks better than Studio Series Megatron's tank mode. It looks better than the Fallen's tank mode because it actually looks like a tank. It does have some gaps in it though, but it's fine.
It's a solid tank, yeah.
If it had a rotating turret, I think it would be more palatable. If the barrel lifted up and down, that would be even more of a point towards it, but it doesn't. So.
It's just so weird because the turret, from what I remember, it's not actually a part of any other piece of the robot. It's literally just on his back.
Yeah, I think it's on a hinge joint, and you kind of you lift it upwards so it goes behind his head. But that's about it. Like you say, there's no reason it couldn't be on a little spinny, swivelly thingy, and on a hinge. Because I can't remember if you need it on a hinge to like make clearance, maybe for the legs moving, folding out.
Yeah, there's a bit of that for clearance, and I think he also has some of the extra joint for. I'm trying to think that does he? No, I was trying to think if he had some of the extra joint that Rook had for the combined mode, but I don't think he does.
No, I don't think he does.
But
no,
I think you're right though. The turret hinges up to allow the head clearance to fold back up again.
Yeah,
but just the fact that there's no swivel on that turret
it would have helped.
It's almost unforgivable, you know.
It wouldn't make the figure like, oh yeah, this is a 10 out of 10 figure now, but it would have been a thing you go, oh well, that's nice. That's good at least. Like he's got no shoulder articulation just because he's got the Studio Series Hot Rod kind of shoulders, you know, where or the Armada Galvatron kind of shoulder-esque thing where it's just big treads next to the side of his head, so it does really limit that down quite a lot. And at least with this version of Brawl, he's just completely the wrong color. I don't know why they chose this kind of mud brown color for Brawl, where he's not brown.
I'm trying to remember. Was he colored this way in the comic?
Oh, don't ask me that. I don't remember.
Because I'm in my head, whenever I think of Brawl, I tend to think of him actually in this sort of color. So I think.
But I don't know. But why would you color Brawl in olive anyway? Like, if you're doing a comic version of Brawl, why would you do him in olive? He's always been like green. You like making Megatron purple, just being like, oh well, you know. You're like, no, do you want Megatron? He's not purple.
Yeah, but some of the color in the G1 comic was a bit odd at times anyway.
Yeah, but this wouldn't be based on the G1 comic. This would be based on the IDW comics. So it's odd. I don't know why they chose it.
It is very weird.
But he does have ankle articulation. The side, he's got like decent articulation. It's just in the shoulders where it just doesn't work. Otherwise, he's pretty similar, I'd say, to most of the other Combiner War figures, deluxes at least.
Yeah. I mean, he forms a decent limb, so there's that.
Yeah, I mean, he's no better or worse than the other ones, I'd say.
Yeah.
I don't think... Does he make an okay arm? I can't remember what the arm mode looks like, because I don't think I've ever put him on mode, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think I have either, to be fair.
No.
he does make a nice solid leg, though, because that's the one thing he's going. His tank form is quite nice and solid.
Yeah, it's a big brick. It does the job, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's Brawl. Then we have the cacophony of other versions of Brawl. Of course, the first one being G2 Brawl. So this is the one I have, which is the bright... Well, this is G2 Megatron colors, effectively.
I was going to say, has he just been raiding Megatron's wardrobe?
I want to know what came first. Did G2 Megatron come first, or did G2 Brawl come first? Because they share pretty much the same color scheme.
That's actually because I hadn't realised that. In fairness,
no, I hadn't I hadn't thought of it until I looked at the tank mode and went, "Oh, that's kind of like Megatron's tank mode." Hang on a minute. Hang on.
Did the original G2 Brawl look like?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it did.
Oh, that's even more interesting then. That he has the same deco as Megatron. In that
Consider
case.
this: you have G2 Megatron, you have G2 Brawl, and then you also have G2 Megatron Watch. Do you remember the G2 Megatron Watch, which was the little tank? You pressed a button on the front of the tank mode, and the clock part slotted out. You could have like a little mama tank, daddy tank, and a baby tank all together.
Oh, that's so stupid. I love it.
Yeah, that was a cool watch. I loved that as a kid. XL Head says, Sup fellas, have you seen the nightmare that is transparent plastic Devastator Mecha Invasion is doing? No, but if it's translucent plastic, I would imagine it's for a very specific audience that I don't understand.
The whole sentence, transparent Devastator, makes me terrified.
Yeah, combining things together that are translucent seems like a ballsy move, I suppose.
Yeah, but yes, that's certainly a way to describe.
Not my choice. Yeah. I wouldn't do it, but yeah. G2 Brawl. How do you feel about G2 Brawl?
He is very, very, very G2. Let's be honest.
That's why I
still the same flaws as the base mold, but this is actually it's a lovely deco.
Yeah, I think it's a much more interesting color scheme than just olive brown.
Yes. Yeah,
obviously it's way more
splatters over it. That's always nice.
Yes,
and the fact some of them can actually be seen in the robot mode, it just helps make it more interesting.
Be nice if there was a bit more in the robot mode, because he doesn't have any across his chest like at all. It's just green on the chest, so that's a bit of a shame. But you know, like you say, at least you can see them on the legs at least. So that's something. So
absolutely,
I like this one. It's G2. What are you gonna do? Yeah. We also have the Combiner Wars Lio Kaiser. So this is Kill Bison with a brand new head. He does have a new head. Otherwise, it is just Kill. Oh, he's got a new gun too for his roof. So he's technically got a little bit more.
Oh yeah, well that was weird because they basically dished out. They gave the Leo Kaiser set a whole load of the guns from the various deluxes that had already come out.
I don't recognize that gun. Where's the gun come from?
That I believe is from one of the aerial bots.
Oh, that'd be why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough.
Possibly air raid.
I think it's odd that they decided to paint the head in a gold color, where it should be the toffee color of the rest of the figure. That's a little strange. The head looks a little oversized as well. Looks a little too big. And again, it's like the heads we've talked about previously. It's a bit too smooth, you know. Kill Bison doesn't have a rounded head for his like faceplate and whatnot. It should be way more angular. But this was an issue with Guy-Hawk and with Hellbat as well that we've talked about.
Yeah. They were kind of trying to go for a bit more of a stylized version of them than 1-to-1, which
I'm not sure why. Yeah. I don't know why you'd go for this kind of soft, smooth look for the head, because it doesn't like mesh with the rest of the body. Everything on the body is fairly detailed and angular. Like there are
Yeah.
It's not smooth
But
and curved.
at least one nice thing, and this applies to all the Leo Kaiser bots I found, is that they do at least have a nice amount of paint on them.
That's true. Yeah, he's not super. I was going to say he's not super boring, but he does have a bit too much of the kind of clear white, not clear white plastic. That's stupid. The kind of creamy plastic. Well, it would have been nicer to have a bit more of the silver on him, but I get why, because otherwise it would rub off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he looks like it still has the same flaws as the base Brawl mode, but
yeah.
Otherwise, yeah.
It's all right. I don't like it that much. I'm not a big fan. I think Kill Bison's color scheme out of Leo Kaiser, it's not the most interesting.
It's fair. Yeah.
Compare him to Guy-Hawk, bright pink dude. This doesn't have the same pop. He's good in the team. When you have them all lined up, he kind of mixes well with them, but on his own, he's just kind of like, all right.
Yeah, but it's like when one guy's hot pink, there's got to be at least one dude in the team who's a bit boring,
Is that how it goes?
So I'm led to believe.
Okay. Oh, God. I clicked on the link and it didn't take me to the exact right thing, of course. Where's Combiner Wars? Okay, hang on. Combiner Wars cartoon. I don't want cartoon Wars. I love it when it does this on this page. There it is. Toys Combiner Wars. Who did that one? Did that one? Who's the next one? Takara Brawl. Okay, Takara Brawl. So the Unite Warriors Brawl. It's this one. Okay, cool. So the Unite Warriors one. Again, he's in an olive color for some reason.
Yeah.
Which is, again, weird. But he has a lot more paint on him, and his face has actually been painted. So instead of it being just black plastic, it's been done in the gunmetal-y colors, and then he's got the orange bits that should be his eyes and the top of his head for whatever reason, and then the bright kind of maroon-colored faceplate. So it's, again, a lot more accurate in terms of that. But why olive? Why olive? Is he randomly just olive-colored in some shots in G1?
Quite possibly, yeah.
Maybe? It's one of those where you roll the dice. It's like, he's never actually been that color. And it's like, no, it was this one scene, this one time he was this color. Otherwise, who knows? I do like the head. I think the head makes him look like Brawl.
The head does a lot with this one.
Yeah. Without the paint, it's just dull. Just painting it up with the red and the orange definitely gives him a lot more Brawly kind of look to him, I feel.
And to be fair, the deco overall does feel a little nice because you've got that silver on the lace, which I don't think the mainline one had.
No. I'm pretty sure it didn't.
Mainline had a much brighter silver. This is a much more understated gunmetal color, which works a lot better.
I won't ask. Oh, I will ask. Did they separate the joint color? They didn't. The Combiner Wars joint wasn't colored in the gunmetal either. So that's nice. And the little weird guns on the side of the Combiner Wars joint weren't painted up either, which are on the Takara version. So again, it's a little bit more color separation across the chest, which it's good. Again, like you say, still a flawed figure, but it looks a lot more like Brawl than what else we see, I suppose. So that's a plus. I'll give that a tick. And then we have that's right. The Baldigus dude, which is Dangar. I don't know what his American name is. This one's not too bad. It's a little bit G2-esque. Here's a question.
G2 Brawl side by side and think, oh yeah, they're part of the same team.
Would you prefer him to have the splodges, or do you like the kind of the blocks of the darker brown on the kind of sandy color? Because the blobs are okay, but in robot mode they're fine. But I think in tank mode you can see like the top of the knees blob, and I guess the arms brown blob kind of smushed together and don't look as nice.
I do like how the chest looks in robot mode with that paint tab, because that's quite nice. I think what they've tried to do is maybe intimate a bit of digital camo in the tank mode.
Yeah.
Which is not, I mean, the paint looks great in robot mode, but the tank mode, if that had actually been a proper digital camo effect, I think that would have worked a lot better. But digital camos are really, it can be a pain to.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That even for a set like this, which was kind of an end of the run, and getting towards the end of the line, much more of a collector's piece than anything else. It's a bit of an ask. Nice machine gun they've given him, though. That's quite cool.
Again, that's somebody's machine gun, but I don't. Well, I think it is. I think it would have been nice as well if we had some extra paint on the top of the turret.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing. It's just you can see that. It feels like the paint's being put there to make the robot mode look good. Fine, I understand that, but then it's missing the stuff.
I mean, there is a stripe of the brown, but you're right. They could, if there was some more of the. None of his details, other than the vents on the legs, have been picked out.
Yeah,
and even then, it's not the same vents that were picked out on the other pieces of this mold. So, whilst that does make him look different, it still means that, the vehicle mode just could have done a little bit more.
Yeah,
I feel.
Yeah, I agree. XL Head says, "I want to see Megatron." I want to say Megatron was advised first. Advertised first since Bruticus was part of the rap era. Okay, I couldn't remember which came out first. But that would make sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Then we have some other versions of Brawl, which is the Computron version, the American Computron version of Nose Cone. So this is depressing compared to the Japanese version, which we've talked about.
Very depressed.
So they got rid of the gun turret gun, and they replaced it with a new weapon, which is a cockpit and drill. And you're meant to plug it in and have Brawl drive backwards effectively to make a drill.
Which wouldn't be so bad, except the feet are just hollow.
Yeah, they're completely hollow.
What you see.
And that hollow feet is fine in the standard tank mode because you're looking at it from the front, so you go, okay, that's fine. But when you make the back the feature, the thing that you would focus on the most, and have it hollow, that's how I describe it. I describe it as I also describe it as because the weapon is held upside down in robot mode. That's not the issue.
And it's hollow as well.
Yep, but that's the problem. It's upside down, and it shows how hollow it is. So you have this drill, which in robot mode, it's just got holes in it, and you're like, dude.
And it sucks because, I mean, otherwise they put a decent amount of color separation and some fairly nice paint on him, in fairness, in places.
This is 100% not nose cone. This, you know what this is? This is Alpha Bravo. This is
the poor schmuck who they found to replace nose cone after his horrific accident.
Yes, and you're right. The actual color placement on the Brawl mode is pretty nice. I like it. Yeah. It's maroon, brown, yellow, orange here on the face as well. It's like it works.
It's some really nice rich colors going on. Even the brown is it's a brown that could almost, it's perilously close to being drab, but everything else, it just meshes with them so well that it enhances the other colors.
What is that color? Like a dark oak, a charcoaly oak, something like that?
Yeah. It's almost a grayish brown in tone.
It's something you'd paint on a creepy tree in a scary forest kind of color.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to think back to my days at art college and color theory and making browns out and grays out of everything.
But yeah, this is not bad. It's good. I think the vehicle mode suffers a little bit because it's just brown with yellow on the top, which is a bit disappointing. But the robot mode's good.
It makes you feel very much like it's an afterthought.
Well, I mean, that's what this kind of felt like.
Yeah.
Like this guy's better looking than Lightspeed. Like he's just way better than, like he's more interesting than Lightspeed. Lightspeed had his own problems, which neither of us liked last week. But
I mean, we'll probably get onto the differences between Computron in much greater detail when we get to the combined modes. But
oh boy,
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's so bizarre.
Yeah. Well,
It
this
really
mold
is.
isn't done because they reused it. It's kind of. No, they didn't actually. Well, they did use this mold, but they gave him a new head, and they did
Yeah.
probably what they should have done the first time round, and they made another new drill bit, seemingly. This time the right way up, with a cockpit on it, and they made him into Drillhorn for the Lio Kaiser set.
Yeah.
This looks much better, and it's a much better thought out idea. It's clearly still just a tank, just with a drill on the front of it, and it's not in a practical place where the drill would be actually useful to use.
But it makes it funny.
Yeah. Maybe he
The way
shoots the drill like a missile. I don't know. Maybe. The head mold I think's a lot better here as well than the Kill Bison's one, is from what we can see. I think it needs some red paint on the eyes of the rhino.
Yeah,
helmet.
that's a fair point. Yeah,
But
a lot
otherwise,
of the helmets for these guys were a little under decoed, but
otherwise it's not bad. It's again better than Kill Bison, I think.
Yeah, and this has that recognizable deco with the blue at the front and the grey at the back that the vehicle mode translates real nice to the robot mode.
Yeah, it does have a minor issue in the vehicle mode though, with one of the paint apps.
Oh yeah, where the stripes are misaligned. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's
Yeah. It's not like a little misaligned where it's like, oh, you just be like autistic. It's like, no, it's like a full centimeter, 2 centimeters
it's like
out.
they got two different people to paint each stripe, and then they went,
Yeah, it's it doesn't quite work, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It would have been nice if they did line up though, but they don't. But yeah, it's like, yeah, this one's not bad. This one, I think I like this guy out of the molds, not the most, but he's higher than some of the ones we've looked at.
That's a fair point to make. That's a fair argument. Yeah,
I like that. This one more.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's Brawl, and that's right. There's another one from BotCon, which was Ramhorn, which was the name of one of the Tripredacus Council, apparently.
yes.
Now this is the one that uses just the the nose cone from Computron set, but it's got a brand new head. Again, for the ones that are just done mostly in red, this one's probably one of the better ones because at least in his tank mode, they've given him like he's meant to be like a black tank, but then he's got a red stripe running down the side of him with lightning bolts on it.
Yeah, which I mean, he's supposed to be like a stag beetle, so that kind of mimics. It gives you the idea of legs for this lightning bolts, which is kind of cute.
Yeah, it's a nice idea. You go, oh, okay, yeah, and it looks cool as well. So
yeah, and the thing is, you don't actually have to have them in this configuration. I don't think nose cone does either. You can actually, like with drill bites, you can mount the drill on the turret. It's just some reason.
This was the optimal way that they decided to do it.
Yeah.
I hope that's the case because this again, the backwards drill doesn't look the best. Again, I'm not a big fan of the head sculpt here. They are trying to replicate a very under-designed head design from one episode, so you can only do so much. Fine.
Yeah, and it's got lots of nice paint, which you kind of expect from a BotCon figure. So fair play on that score.
Yeah. Anything else or?
Honestly, I don't think there was any other figure in the line they could have used for this sort of character for what they were going for. So,
trying to figure out who to do the Tripredacus Council. No, this was fine, I suppose.
Yeah.
And the Combiner Wars toys had been milked, so why not keep tugging on the cow? I suppose.
Absolutely.
But that's Brawl. That's all a Brawl, right? Yeah, that's all a Brawl. Okay. Next up, we have Groove, who was an exclusive at one point to Japan, but then America decided to bring him over as Afterburn, and which was his Japanese name for some reason. Then he was done for Powers of the Prime as Wrecker for some reason, and that was it. Yes.
Yeah. So 2 different decos as Afterburner, which is quite funny. Otherwise, because it's exactly the same mold.
Yeah,
which is fun. Retgar was an interesting one, certainly, because I certainly hadn't expected to get a Retgar anytime soon when they did this one. But the groove is that was, of all of the 3 characters who got this Takara exclusive release from the original core teams, I think Groove was the most contentious one because Takara did an all new mold for it.
Yeah, and it's pretty good, you know?
Yeah.
It's not bad. Would you say it's one of the better Combiner Wars molds?
I think so. It's certainly one of the more... Everything feels nicer on Groove.
It's probably because it hadn't been run through the ringer as much as everything else, I suppose, right?
That's that. I mean, I've got the version Hasbro released, the Takara Afterburner, and Power Prime's Retgar.
So yeah, most of them, to be fair.
All 3 of those feel really nice in hand. They don't feel aggressively loose. They tap together nicely. The robots feel good. The limbs are pretty decent.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the only knock against it is because he's and I understand why Hasbro wanted someone else as the limb, because they wanted to try and have a bit of scale in there, so they had Groove as
it was a stupid reason. It was stupid.
It was a very silly reason.
Yeah.
I understood it, but it was still like,
So they have to be in scale with each other. It's like, no, they don't. They're Transformers. People just want Groove. They don't care. Just give them the bike. Yeah. That's what I would have done if I was in the Hasbro meeting. I was like, no, you just give them Groove. They're gonna be fucking annoyed if you don't give them Groove. They're like, no, they'll be really appreciative that we've kept to scale. It's like, no, they're idiots.
Yeah, they ended up releasing them a year after the Takara release anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone was so.
Yeah, it's interesting that they were able to make a bike that still used effectively the exact same transformation scheme as every other Combiner Wars figure. Like, he's got collapsible legs, and he doesn't really do anything crazy in terms of the transformation. Like, he still is a Combiner Wars figure. The only knock he really has, I suppose, is he has more of the aerial bot kind of skinny waist, you know?
Yeah. But
it's a bit of reduction there.
I mean, one thing that struck me is that, because I had Groove, he was one of the first 3, because I had, for the longest time, I only had 3 protectors. I had Hotspot, Groove, and Streetwise. And Groove I always found fun just because of how fun he was. He was a little police patrol bike, and I kind of...
Oh, you mean the G1?
Yeah.
Okay,
and this is a pretty decent update. It looks like Groove, has all the right details, the chest looks right, but it's a Groove that's articulated.
Yeah, he doesn't have giant duck feet either, like the original figure, bless him. Yeah, this looks way more like the animation model.
Yeah, and somehow they have they've taken that Combiner Wars port and the need to have the port in the legs to hold a fist or a foot. And it all just works and makes actually a surprisingly compact cruiser of a bike, which is very unexpected.
It's probably not going to be the most comfortable bike to ride in reality.
Well, no,
I would guess, but you look at it and you're like, yeah, that looks like a cool police bike, is how I would describe it. And it's interesting between the Hasbro version and the Japanese version. Color-wise, they don't seem to be that different. They seem pretty similar. Is that the case?
The Takara one, I think, he's got that same crisp white that is a bit of a trademark for a lot of the Takara designs that use a lot of white in them. But otherwise, looking at it, I think the guns might be... Yeah, the guns are a slightly different color.
I wouldn't put too much stock in the images here because one's clearly a CG render, and
that's
the Japanese and for the Unite Warriors one, that's the actual figure, I would presume. So
yeah,
I don't know what we don't have an actual image here, at least on the TF wiki, of what group looked like. But I'm pretty sure they were pretty comparable. I don't think they were that different, to be honest.
No, not massively. I mean, because of how they did this trio of releases, Groove, Slingshot, and Wild Rider. He said optimistically.
Yeah. It sounds about right. Yeah.
They pretty much just the almost one-to-one the Takara versions brought across, just because people were quite annoyed.
Yeah, understandably so, of course. I don't know why I just started dying there, but I did. Oh, I tell you one we haven't done. Did we do Blast Off? Japanese Blast Off? Or was that later on? No. Blast Off had to be the Night Warriors one.
I think we looked at the Power Blast Off because I think he's a heavy resculpt, isn't he?
Is he?
But we haven't looked at the other Blast Off that came out around the end of Power of Primes.
The special edition, Power of the Primes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it was the Night Warriors Shuttler as well.
Yes,
was Mover. I guess we need to talk about that one as well, don't we?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's the Age of the Primus one. Okay. Okay, we'll do that after we've done Groove. Oh, we're definitely finishing the deluxes today. I'm like, oh god, there's another one. Jesus Christ. Anyway, Combiner Wars, we have Afterburner, which you mentioned that Afterburner Japanese and Afterburner English they're the same mold. Yes. They are different colors, and they kind of look nice next to each other. Like I don't really dislike the American Afterburner. He's not Afterburner. It's not the right version of Afterburner that I'd want. I'd want the Japanese version.
The funny thing is, he is kind of, because I had a G1 Afterburner.
Oh, he is red.
As a kid in Hong Kong, and he was much more of an orange color.
Oh, I know what it is. Right, okay, the animation model for G1, he's red, and the toy version, he's orange. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what? You're right. I mean, if I had actually picked up the Western version of Computron, this is probably one of the molds I'd have been quite happy to keep on display with the rest of them, because he pairs quite nicely with his Takara counterpart. They're both quite nice decos.
This came out before Groove, right? Didn't he? Or did he come out after Groove?
Came after. Groove came out. Well, the Takara release came in 2015.
And
then the release of Groove and of Afterburner was in 2016.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
But again, the color placement on it is quite nice. They haven't done a huge amount to change it. They've just changed the front of the bike, what do you call that bit? The window screen nose.
The windshield.
Yeah, but it's more than just the glass bit. Is like the whole nose part.
The front fairing.
Oh, thank you. Okay, yeah, that bit. They've changed all of that, and it again makes him look he's still a bike. You can tell who he is, but it's
you know what I'm getting looking at his robot mode and from a bit of the mode, to be fair. Tasmanian Kid from Beast Wars Neo. He's got that same
the head?
Bit of the head, but also have the deco alignment. Orange on the chest, black on the biceps, and orange forearms.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Obviously, Tasmanian Kid was a bit more like caramel brownie kind of color, but the orange kind of starts edging towards that kind of spectrum at least. Yeah, I can see that.
There's enough there that if you had this and you still wanted to find a use for it in a collection, you could say, well, this is a Cybertronian version of the Kid.
I do like the fact that they've gone for almost the classic bit of like the thighs and the bicep area being the dark gray, and then the forearms and the bottom of the legs are the colored parts.
Yeah.
I feel that is almost a classic way they do Transformers, or at least robot designs, maybe, just to break up the arms instead of it just being orange arms and red legs.
It's a nice bit of design language.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon to see it. And it stands a bit of contrast when we see the Takara version where he is...
He's red.
So red.
Very, very red.
So red.
It's interesting because when they have figures that are very red and white, like First Aid and a lot of Computron, actually, they're very, very red and very white, like very pristine white color. They've done the interesting thing again of changing the combiner wars joint. So the top part is red and the bottom part is white. So there's a bit of separation there. I kind of like the American one a little bit more as an individual, but I think this one would look better as part of Computron because he would mesh with the rest of the colors better.
That's, I think, a fair thing to say. American is a much better individual. Unite Warrior is much better as part of the team.
Yeah. And we'll find out when we get there, but I've got that feeling.
Yeah.
I also like the window screen as well being translucent green on the American version, where he was just translucent blue, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but I like the green.
It's one of those cases where you almost regret the fact that you can only get these two in a gift set.
Yeah, an expensive gift set.
Yeah.
One was I'm pretty sure the Japanese one was significantly more expensive because wasn't the American one like £60 to £70 when it came out?
Something like that.
And I think the Takara one was like 120 to 150, including shipping and whatnot.
I can't remember now.
I think it was pretty expensive. At the very least, you had to pay shipping and whatnot, so that was never cheap.
Yeah, I remember the shipping was at the time cheaper than it is now, but it was still. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the shipping was bumped up over 100. But
I'm sure.
Yeah.
XR Head says if they gave Afterburn a blue deco scheme, they could have gotten IDW Chromia. Yeah, that's true. A similar bike mode at least. So yeah, that could have worked.
Actually, I'm surprised they didn't, given how they reused. Given how much use they got out of Fembot car modes, I'm surprised they didn't think of using Afterburner.
It's true. I was like, well, we did have the thrilling 30s version with the comic from the Transformers Prime RC. Maybe that's why they held off on doing it.
Yeah.
But you make a good point that when they did either the crappy Siege Fembot figure, which was dog shit, wasn't there a mold before that as well that they used for Power of the Primes? I think there was a female. No.
Well, it's weird because they took that mold and they tweaked it slightly to do
Siege,
Chromia and Nightbird.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I remember there was the Siege one, which was bad. I couldn't remember if there was Power of the Primes previously.
It's the same base mold as the Power of the Primes one, but if I remember rightly, it has they don't have the combiner ports, and instead you have a bit that can cover up for hands, I think, in alt mode, I think.
Is that what it is?
I'm trying to remember now.
I do remember that mold was beaten over the head and beaten to death for years and years, where they could have, like you say, maybe have just used this instead for Chromia, which might have been okay. Would have been fine.
Well, any of the team, to be fair, could have made them a lot more interesting rather than just being all four of using the same car mode.
Oh, that Groove would have been a way more fun mold to use as well for Megatronia definitely, but for Victorion,
that's
way more interesting. But never mind.
I don't think Groove had even been released
think so.
when they finalized that design. So
no, unfortunately, I think you're right. We do have the last use of the Groove mold, which is Wreck-Gar. Which was Power of the Prime, so it comes with the shitty, stupid, bizarre fist thing. A very small, smushed little Wreck-Gar head. Yeah, kind of a sad little head. It doesn't look great. The chain. He also comes with his chainsaw axe.
Yeah,
thing.
From Revealed Shield.
And it's just literally the Revealed Shield weapon. It's just back.
He can't actually. I don't think he can actually hold it because of how it's designed and how his hands work.
Did he not even get the very bottom of it?
Actually, no. He can. He can hold the very bottom of it, which looks hilarious.
Yeah. Because everybody holds a double-handed warhammer right from the bottom.
Yeah, but it's cute because they gave him one of those ball joints on his forearm for the alt mode. It means he can hold it.
No, I think that's the kickstand, isn't it? That's the kickstand. Yeah. If you look at the shape of the foot of the kickstand.
Oh, that's right, because the axe has the 3mm clip on it, and the kickstand is designed as a 3mm.
Yeah. It's It's a choice. It looks
Yes.
a little awkward, but you go, well, I don't know why you chose to do this, but yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, sure, why not?
Yeah. And
I,
he's got one of the Dinobot fists from
oh yeah, from
OTP,
yeah,
which is
I hate those things. They're awful. I hate
yeah.
them.
The
They're
the, the,
stupid.
the double thumb joint is
It's a choice.
yes.
I'm not a big fan of this record, and it's mainly due to the head being kind of weird. It looks like
Yeah.
you know how you see Orion Pax, and you can tell he's Optimus Prime, but he's like proto Optimus Prime. This feels like a proto Wheeljack. Like it doesn't feel like a
Yeah.
fully detailed, fully fleshed out Wheeljack design.
That makes sense because he's not got that same what's the word when he's not got the he's not got the asymmetric design of Wreck-Gar that we all know and love.
And
It
they've
looks
had to kind of reduce all of the detail on his head, so his
mm,
handlebars have been kind of pulled back. His Fu Manchu has been significantly reduced as well. His face is still quite small within his little helmet thing as well. So everything's just kind of small and recessed, and
yeah,
looks like a baby. Like ooh,
yes,
little young
more
Wreck-Gar.
Wreck than Gar, unfortunately.
Or Gar than Wreck? Maybe more Gar
Yeah,
than Wreck because he's
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, and the bike just being brown,
Mm.
I just don't like this. I'm not a fan
Yeah,
at
I
all.
mean, it's not a from a purely technical level in terms of it shows all the strengths of its mold mates. It's not loosey goosey in any way. Transforms nicely. It's just not Wreck-Gar, is it?
No, not
But
even compared to the previous Wreck-Gar.
mm,
That had a bit more oomph to it, and then the next Wreck-Gar would be like 2021, which is the Studio Series one, which is
yeah,
that's a Wreck-Gar figure, a
oh yeah,
perfect Wreck-Gar figure, but it's 100% way more Wreck-Gar-y, you know.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's Groove done. And I was gonna say that's the last of the deluxes, but no, we've got Blast Off. Yay!
Uh,
Special edition Blast Off. What one do we want to do first? Do we want to do the special edition version or the first version, which was the Night Warriors version?
it's a good question.
I mean, 6 and 2/3, I suppose, right?
Yeah, so it's Shuttler, isn't it?
Yeah, or Shitler
And
if you want to go that way. No, well, technically it's Unite Warriors Bruticus gift set, but you can find the mold through either Shuttler or
yeah,
Strafe. Let's do the
let's,
American version because I don't like the American version, to be honest. So this came out in 2018, 2 years after Japan had their version. This was a brand
hmm,
new mold. For some reason, as well as a special edition, came with a Megatronus Prime Master. I don't know why, but it did. And this was
yeah, but
Blast Off.
as they say, twas for the style at the time.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. It's just here he is. You like Prime Masters? It's like, do we? They don't really do anything. They're not even ahead. Well, there you go. So brand new
Yeah.
mold. He
Ooh,
has, for some reason, they decided to give him what do you call them? Rook hands. So he has rocket hands, but he can still hold a gun though, unlike Rook.
yes. I mean, he did kind of make when they released him with his blaster fists and proper fists. Maybe you look at it and go, "Oh, dude."
It's compensating. I never had this mold, so I can't speak too much on it. I don't know how well it transformed. In terms of a
Oh,
look for blast stuff, the robot mode, it's okay. The head feels a little strange, like it's blast off-ish, but
yeah.
not at the same time, and it's kind of hard to describe until you see
I
it.
mean,
You look at it and you're like, that is blast off, but it's not quite right
yeah.
either.
I mean, the head does feel a little undercooked compared to the rest of the team, but given for about what 2 years, most of us had the aerial bot redecoing to use instead.
Oh yeah,
Suddenly get
this is a
blast off
godsend. Yeah,
was
godsend compared to
yeah,
this. It's actually a shuttle, so it's like okay, fine, yeah.
yeah. It's funny for me because I've got two of that damn jet now lying around.
Yeah, I remember you saying last time. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fine. I mean, I remember you can see it from the picture. The tail fin can be a little awkward to press together sometimes.
Yeah, what
But
happens with that tail fin in robot mode? Where does it go?
I think it goes. It's.
Is it on the legs or is it like just on his
I
back?
think it's for legs.
Like behind his legs or behind his calves or
Yeah,
something?
because the head is underneath the nose cone effectively, because the nose cone basically folds back,
Hmm.
and he kind of compresses up into the. Yeah, I'm sure that's it.
I like how they tried to make it look like his hands and forearms are the front of the shuttle. That's a nice little thing that they've attempted to do. The American version, the special edition version, is designed specifically to look like the toy. So he's got the toy sticker detail on his boobs.
Yeah, that's cute.
It's okay. It looks a bit messy because it's got two giant like drill holes.
Yes,
screw holes in it.
That's unfortunate, but
it's a little odd. XL Head says, "I forgot about Prime Masters, Spark Masters ? I
think everyone does.
Yeah, because the only use that they had was they could fit on that giant wheel of Primus, not Primus, of Primal Prime.
Or
the
yes, his
thing.
mace.
Yeah, and that's right, and the mace. And then that was about all they were good for. They could go into the giant fists as well, for some reason.
Yeah, because the Prime's versions, they gave him all a slot where you could, with a clear chip in, you could replace that and put a Prime Master in instead for
it was weird
reasons.
The only thing that I cared about the Prime Masters for was I could get Bludgeon and the rest of the Pretenders.
Yes.
Even though their shells were very much just a fucking brick. I was like, well, it's probably the closest I'm going to have to most of these figures getting proper versions.
At least they turn into a weapon, which honestly is more than the original Pretender shells did.
Well, yeah, I mean, weapons being generous, but yes, you are right. I would still say that Skull Grin. I'd say the Power Masters, the Prime Masters Skull Grin is better than the Earthrise Legacy version of Skull Grin we got however many years later. That was terrible. That was a bad toy.
Yeah.
But we also, of course, we go back 2 years prior to the Japanese version of Blastoff. And I don't think the head's different, but somehow they've painted it to look a lot closer to Blastoff's head. I don't think he's super accurately colored because he's in a toffee kind of brown color.
Yeah.
Which is a little bright, I think, for Blastoff, to be honest.
But
I do like the details more.
Yeah. You're right. It's a brighter brown than you're used to. It's much more veering towards vermin brown than that nice dark rich brown of used to.
And it's odd because, again, I can't think of any time that Blastoff was this brightly colored, whether it was definitely not the toy. And I'm pretty sure the cartoon, he was never this bright either. So I don't know exactly.
Oh, I don't think so.
I don't know why he's this color.
It's an odd one, which is weird because they have put a decent amount of detail, I think, on it. They've painted for extra bits on the top of the nose cone.
Oh, he's transformed differently as well, isn't he?
Oh, that's right, because they've turned him around basically for the robot mode,
which looks better. Yeah, so he's got this purple chest. I don't know if that's accurate or not. It also hides his combiner war joint, but it also hides the two giant screws that are on the American version.
I think you can do that with the Hasbro version as well.
Oh, I'm sure you can, but clearly they want you to use the sticker detail for the front of it.
Yeah.
This gives him a bit more of a different look, so that I think it looks a bit nicer. So it's a strange color, which I don't 100% agree with, but I do think looks better than the American version, even though technically the American version is, I'd say, closer to what you probably want from a Blastoff, which is odd to say.
Yeah, I mean, the American one, I think, is a little more consistent, whereas the Takara one, it's lovely colors, don't get me wrong, but especially in the alt mode, it's much more clearly. You can see them much more clearly, so it kind of breaks up the illusion of it.
It would, you know what an equivalent would be? It would be like if you got Optimus Prime and changed his red to hot pink and be like, this is the cartoon accurate version of Optimus Prime, and you'd be like, no. I mean, it's the right spectrum, but he's red, not pink.
Yes, yeah.
And it would contrast quite poorly with the white and the blue for the rest of Optimus Prime's design. I don't know. It's odd. It's a weird. It's like Japan every now and again with their colors does them really strangely. Like I think we mentioned before, Cyclonus is a great example, and any of their pink ones, the purpley pinky kind of lavender characters are always like way too bright, generally. But also we have Muvor, which is the Baldigus version. They've actually transformed him similar to the American version. So he's got his orange chest. I'll be honest, this one's missing the camo detail. He should have more cow splotches on him.
Yeah, but he's really missing that detailing, isn't he?
Especially specifically in shuttle mode. In robot mode, it's fine. Like he's got a boring robot mode because that's how he was designed in the cartoon. But in shuttle mode, he should be a bit more, zesty.
Yeah, I mean, at least over the body of the shuttle, even if they don't put any on the wings,
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Because otherwise, it's just so bare. It's all just grey.
Yeah, it's an off-white, so it's not. Thankfully, it's not just grey. It's a color that you don't often see. But I don't disagree. It's like, I prefer a little bit more something. Then the strafe, Japanese strafe. So I didn't know that he was a heavy retool, seemingly, of Blastoff, but he is, and he 100% looks way more like strafe than the American version. If you can remember what that one, who was that one out of again?
I can't remember now. Was it one of the Jets?
I think it was. I'm going to have a quick look because I remember it not being very good. Keep talking. I'll find it.
Maybe. Yeah, no, I'm quite fond of this strafe because you're right. It's much more clearly strafe. And it has so many options because he's got the same punchy blaster fists and regular hands that Blastoff has.
Without skydive or air raid.
Yeah.
There we go.
But he's got the extra blasters that plug into his shoulders, or using his hands if you want. He's got his own little mini blaster. I mean, that's one thing. The Unite Warriors Technobots are loaded to bear. They are packing heat. These are some scientists who do not want to mess with. But it's a really nice, quite crisp deco. The white's a little more off-white, I think, than some of the other whites we've seen.
Maybe,
but two tones of red they've used, which a nice kind of crimsony and a bit of a brighter shade. Still not eye-popping, but decently enough. And the face, although it's a classic Scramble City robot head every day, but
generic. That's what you mean, isn't it? It's really generic.
But it looks like from the picture, I can't remember from my own, so I may be mistaken, but it looks like they painted the mouth section.
Yep.
So the actual face bit in silver, and then they painted in the eyes in quite a nice shade of blue. So yeah, I have a lot of time for this version of Strafe. If like you say, it feels much. It looks like the character in both modes. The deco's nicer, and it doesn't feel as much of an afterthought as the other one did.
And there's a lot of remolding going on here. Like the feet and the shins are done. They've added stuff to the shoulders. The backpack's all clearly being done out. I guess one issue that we didn't mention about this mold is when they are in the vehicle mode, both Strafe and Blastoff, the arms literally just don't transform. They just stick to the side.
Yeah, they just go up the sides.
Yeah, which is fine. It's not fine for the aerial bots, but usually with the aerial bots, you'd have the wings on top, kind of hiding them. But with both Blastoff and Strafe, nothing's covering them, so it's very obvious. Which is, I guess, why they added on the little boosters onto the front of the fist.
Yeah, at least that gives it some, a use for it. And on the forearms, as you can see on Strafe, he's got lots of ports on the underside of his arms.
Yeah, 2 ports.
So there's options for what you do with this guy, which is nice.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Solid figure. Looks way more like Strafe than the American version by a significant amount. And that's all the deluxes. Right? I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Optimistically.
Yeah, so now we get to spend a load of years on the Voyagers. Not as long. Not as long, to be fair. Because we're going to start off with Optimus Prime, because of course we are. That's the one that they started off with for some reason. I remember when this came out, I was like, why is Optimus Prime a combiner? But, he
Yeah,
was.
and they made him a chunky boy.
Yeah, I don't actually mind this mold. I just don't like it for Optimus Prime, to be honest.
Yeah, it feels a bit too bruiser for Prime, you know.
Yes.
For Menace, for Motormaster, it works nicely, but for Prime, it's like, oh, so I guess you thought you had a truck mode you needed to get another use out, didn't you? Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was definitely repaint potential. We're not going to talk about the center torso piece. We're going to save that for when we talk about their combined modes. We're just going to focus on the robot for the moment. So Prime comes with 2 guns, which can very awkwardly combine together, which looks really stupid.
Yeah.
You know what? It's a little bit of a nod back to. It's a little bit nod back to like G1 Rodimus Prime's gun, right?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I can see that. And the thing is, they're not actually bad guns in their own right. It's just their combined mode is kind of.
It's bad combined on their own. They're like, yeah, they're fine. They're not too bad. And the robot itself is okay. I don't like the head sculpt for this robot mode. It
feels small, doesn't it?
It feels small, and it's not very angular. It looks like, again, a baby Optimus Prime. Like, I've got my Studio Series over on the mantelpiece. I'll look over there and I see like the classic G1 head design, and this one's kind of this weird mush of like his faceplate is too big. His little blue hat part is too rounded, and his ears aren't big enough either. There's lots of little bits of details which just kind of make you go, it's not quite right. It's just off again.
Yeah, I mean, some folks have tried using I've seen some folks use the combined mode head instead, because it can just be swapped. You can leave the classic head inside and just put the combined mode head over top.
Big?
That's the thing. It goes the other way when you do that.
I'd rather small head than too big head, right? Because at least with small head, you can say he's a jacked up dude and it looks a bit silly. With a big head, he looks like, a villain from a comic book or something.
Yeah, and it's a little weird figure as well, because, I mean, he's got that very thin hips connected to the torso, which is...
Yes, he does. Yeah.
And his proportions just feel a little off, because he does have very hench arms, but also his lower legs are huge as well. And the thing, he does stand nicely, but because they've molded his feet in at an angle, he defaults to an A pose, and sometimes the joints in the hips don't like to get into that pose, so it could be a bit awkward.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely like some things you look at this mold with, and it's just not quite. It's not just quite there. I think that the truck mode's actually quite nice. It's not too bad of a truck. It kind of lacks detail on the side of it, which I think is a bit of a problem, but that would be about it, really.
It's lacking a bit of detail there, but otherwise, for Prime Cap modes, it is very clean overall.
It's a more modern design as well. Like, I don't exactly understand why on the front of the grill it's got the little 2 gray bits down the front of it. Do you know what the bits I mean?
Yes.
Like an intake or something. I don't know what it is, but it looks weird. It doesn't look like that should be part of the design, but it is.
Yeah, because technically the intake is the grill.
Yeah, which is above it.
The radiator assembly.
But I don't know what that is, because it's not bull bars either or anything like that. So.
No, I think that may have just been where they couldn't. They had to put a joint, so they improvised something that looked like it should be on a truck.
It looked like something. Yeah, see, I wasn't sure if it was meant to be something or if it was just meant to facilitate the transformation. And you think it's just transformation facilitating. Yeah,
and then they've tried to put a bit of detailing in to make it look like it should fit, even if it doesn't.
I can believe that. XL Head says, replacement head, Prime's Rodimus Predaking Matrix, the chair wheel, and the mace, if I remember correctly. Did I read that right? Replacement Head, Prime's Rodimus, Predaking's Matrix. It's all one sentence. The Chair Wheel and the Mace. Oh, those are all the things that the Prime Masters I think could be used for. I think that's what that is.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. So in terms of like,
we'll just.
Go on.
I was just going to say, I actually have 2 of this particular deco because I've got one I bought when it came out, which I toy hacked.
Okay.
And it's in one of my Detos not in combined mode. The other one, do you remember the old SND? I think it was SND. They did a conversion kit to turn him into a leader-sized IDW Prime.
I don't actually remember. Oh no, I do. Oh, that was actually kind of a neat kit. Yeah.
Yeah. Bit of a, for knowing things I know now, I'd have gone about it different ways. But yeah, quite a aggressive kit for how much it changes the base layout of.
Was there any pin kind of knocking that you had to do for it, or was it?
Yes, you have to. You have to knock out one pin, which I think I mucked up slightly. So mine's got a slightly loose waist where the faux belt appears.
Oh, okay,
but it's not for display purposes. It's more than fine.
Sure,
and it does for business for that particular look. But it proves that the base figure itself is actually a really nice base to work off of, because one of the redecos I've then used as I got a Thunderclash conversion kit from another, which I'll talk about when we get to that deco. But it's a good basis kit to work off of, to be fair.
Yeah. I think, like, compare this with like his Boxmate, which was Silverbolt. I think this was weaker than Silverbolt as a mold.
That's fair. Yeah.
Would you agree with that, or do you think differently?
I would agree with that. It's not bad, but Silverbolt is a stronger figure overall, I think.
Yeah, this one's just kind of disappointing.
Yeah, this one, it's obvious Prime wasn't the ultimate intention for it. So
yeah. So
I can never be sure, because they did. There's some stuff when we get to combined ones we'll get into, but they did put some specific Prime sculpting into various places.
That's true. But then they did the white version, which was the Battle Core Optimus Prime. I don't know why he was called that, but this was a white, grey, and gold version, which wasn't actually too bad to look at. I think, did it have a new head? I think that's a new head on it as well.
Yes, it's got a new head. I can't remember if the combined mode's got a new head, but certainly
I think that's the same.
Robot mode's got a. Yeah, the robot mode's got a new head. Quite nice, actually.
I do think the actual paint application is a bit nicer on this. I like the truck mode specifically. Like, they've got the big gold line going across, so it's not just the red, or just in this case the white that's there.
Yeah,
so it makes it a bit prettier.
The gold stripe helps make him really shine a bit more, to be fair.
Yeah, it's an odd choice because I don't really know what purpose it serves. Like, you would have thought if you do a white version of Prime, it's like, oh, it's going to be Ultra Magnus. It's like, no, it's not. It's this core, Battle Core, and it's like, well, what's Battle Core? It's like, just white repaint, I suppose. Like, okay.
I don't think he even has this deco in the Combiner Wars comics at all.
No, he's just Optimus Prime, and then he becomes the Combiner. I don't think he ever turns white.
Yeah, it's a weird one, but it is actually, like you say, it's a nice deco. The gold is quite a nice, rich gold color, and that stripe adds a lot. I mean, like I said, I picked up Renderform's Thunderclash upgrade kit and the stickers off of Toy Hacks to turn them into Thunderclash. And
to turn this one into Thunderclash.
Yeah, head swap and new stickers, and it does again. It's a good basis to build off of. Because honestly, I don't think we're going to get a Thunderclash anytime soon. So
yeah, probably not.
10 years in the collection at this point, and still going strong. So
he's doing okay. So yeah, I wouldn't say this one's like an exciting choice, but it's like for a redo, a repaint. It's like, well, interesting, I suppose.
I was genuinely surprised that they didn't call it Ultra Magnus. In fairness,
yeah, same, yeah, because that's at this point we were kind of used to that, I think, and even now we're kind of used to that happening.
Yeah, the restraint on display there is superhuman almost, given Hasbro's preferences.
But what was the reason? That's the odd thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, the Japanese did their version, the Unite Warriors version of Optimus Prime. There is a few bits of color change. Not a massive amount. He's got a bit more black on his legs.
Yeah. I think the blue's slightly richer, a bit darker.
I think so. He's got more paint on the side of his truck, which, again, is nicer to look at.
Helps,
so.
Yeah.
Is the head? No, the head's still the same, but it almost looks like they've got some line detail on the face.
Yeah, I think the head's just the either it's nicer paint they've applied, or it's just a bit more defined,
or it's a better photo. I won't say that might not be the case.
That's more than possible as well.
Yeah. Otherwise, it is just a slightly nicer Optimus Prime. But again, I don't know if you would agree with this. I just kind of look at this one and go, yeah, it's Optimus Prime, isn't it?
It is quite hard to differentiate between the two, in fairness.
Yeah, it's not like it's like previous ones where we've said that sometimes it's a big upgrade, sometimes it's just small upgrade. This one's a small upgrade, I would say.
Yeah, that's fair.
Then we have one that I do think is kind of neat. This was in 2015. We had the Unite Warriors EX figure, which was Grand Scourge.
Yeah.
Who came with Predaking's big giant sword from the Ultimate Predaking figure from Transformers Prime. Because that mold sword got used way more than you think it would do for a random weapon.
They got their use out of that one.
It's weird. It's just like, yeah, just make this weapon, sure. He also got two other weapons, which he didn't have. No, I lie. I think those are the weapons the other one came with. They're just purple
rather than black.
Yeah, so this one is black and metallic-y teal, silver, and then for some reason gold, which I guess is the grand version of him.
I mean, honestly, Scourge is always a Scourge/Nemesis Prime black with teal. We know it's a bit of a winner for a Prime.
Yeah.
I quite like the gold. It adds something to it. Yeah.
You know what? It's not. I don't think it is. I don't know what the lore was behind this. It almost reminds me a little bit of the general versions of the Combiners and Trypticon from Zone, just without a cape.
Yeah.
Because they had just random fucking gold splodged on them as well.
That makes sense, yeah.
So it kind of feels a little bit like that. Whether intended or not, I don't know. Because like I say, this was probably had some kind of crazy comic with it. I'm almost positive of it.
No doubt.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like you say, it's not just. It's kind of like with what we thought was going to be an Ultra Magnus. It's no shock we've got a Nemesis Prime or Scourge here, but it's interesting that they've kind of tweaked it a little bit.
Surprising, yeah.
Yeah.
Although one thing that is slightly amusing, Prime, his guns are cast in red plastic and then painted black, so the handles are still red.
Oh,
good. They're clearly cast in black plastic and painted purple. For some reason that tickles me.
I wonder why they painted the guns purple. Like, why?
Maybe they just figured, giving him black guns, they'd have just been
blended.
too.
Yeah, but then why not like gold?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, like the purple here they've used is kind of like Overlord color purple. I don't know if it's meant to be a reference to somebody else's guns. I mean, who knows? Because the sword's done in red, and as far as I can see, there's not really any. I'm sure the red on the figure is red paint rather than red molded. So
there's no molding on there.
And I can't imagine they would have painted the giant stupid sword up, right?
No, I mean, to be fair, I imagine the sword probably has its own sprue that they just trot out whenever they want to throw it in with someone.
Its own single dedicated sword sprue. That's funny. That's weird but funny.
It's big enough. It's huge.
Then we have arguably what the figure was meant to be all along, I would say. And it's Motormaster, where they have resculpted the chest. He's got a new head, which is still a little on the small side. But otherwise, it's he has a new weapon as well. He doesn't have 2 guns. He has
well, he has a
kind of
sword that it's weird because his sword splits and becomes a pistol and a slightly smaller sword / gun, carrying on the theme of the Stunticons and Combiner Wars.
Yeah, it's slightly messy when you combine the swords together as well. The swords fine.
Yeah.
It does have a giant handle coming off the bottom of it as well, but it's like it's okay.
Yeah, the third parties did try and I think it was Perfect Effect did the best solution where they basically did a whole new part for the sword to lengthen it and extend it. You just plug the existing set in and let you do more stuff with it.
Do what you got to do, I suppose, right?
Yes, but you're right. His head is still a little small, and one thing that bothered a lot of folks is he doesn't have Motormaster's iconic solid shoulder block anymore. The big block his head was recessed into, which I
didn't mind that because they were they were doing the G1 cartoon design for him where he didn't have that. He still has his boxy head. I was fine with this because this was as close as this was the first time we ever had a Motormaster that looked somewhat close to the animation model. Obviously, it would only be like a few more years until we got the legacy version, which is definitely an improvement, but a much steeper price point as well.
Oh yes, I mean this. I mean, I still have all my Combiner Wars stuff lying around. I'm still quite happy having these Stunticons in my collection because they represent a different aesthetic. And Motormaster, I think, is, clearly what the mod was intended to be from the off.
Yeah, you mentioned that weird bruiser kind of big, thick, chunky body, and it definitely makes more sense for it to be Motormaster than Prime, proportionally.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the deco is actually really nice. I'd forgotten how nice the deco is on it because, yes, he is basically entirely silver plastic with a bit of black. But then they've put on some nice details. There's some nice black, some nice purple. It doesn't seem like much, but it goes a long way.
My only complaint with the color scheme is the random chest plate for the combiner mode port is done in gunmetal, and you can see that at the back end of the cab, and it's the only kind of gunmetal on it. And I don't know whether he would have just looked better if he was done all into gunmetal, or if he was just all in this lighter silver.
Yeah. That was a bit of an odd one. I think they wanted it so you could have the choice.
Well, wasn't it
where you had the chest piece or the
open chest,
the Legends character,
or Blackjack slatted in there as well. It's still I still don't know why they chose it to be gunmetal and why they didn't color it just to be lighter gray with the rest of the figure. It was an odd choice.
It's a choice, and when you look at it from and it's pointed out to you, it does stand out, doesn't it?
Yeah, because you wouldn't initially see it because I think your eye almost tricks you into thinking that it's part of the black part of the back of the cab.
Because there's black plastic, but on the other side of it, it kind of blends into it, and the silver. Even though it's weird how that works.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah,
it's an odd choice. Yeah, I was happy with this. I mean, it's still the same mold, obviously.
Yeah,
but it's like, this is fine. This is all right. Then he was, of course, done into G2 colors because why wouldn't he be? There was the set. I don't like. This is probably my least favorite of the G2 Stunticons. I don't like Motormaster's purple and blue color scheme. I don't think those two are. They're not vibrant enough. I think they're too close on the color wheel to each other for my liking.
Yeah, that's.
Like compare it to Wild Rider, who's like bright yellow, and Dead End, who's like a bright red, and Dragstrip, who was just black. And what color was Breakdown? Oh, Breakdown's like he's the teal and purple color, which again is a little bit too close to this. And you got this as your centerpiece. I don't think this works well as a centerpiece.
No, I mean, The thing is, would it have been better if he'd had more of each of the other guys' colors mixed in, or
I think it might have been better if he had somebody else's color scheme. Like if he switched his color scheme with maybe not drag strip. I don't think having him black would have been a good choice, but maybe giving him like Dead End's color scheme or Wild Rider's color scheme, and then them having this color scheme maybe would have worked better. I'm not sure. I think someone with some Photoshop skills could play around with the colors to figure out what would have been the optimal kind of color scheme to make it pop a bit better.
One thing this does do a lot better, though, is where you pointed out on Motormaster's G1 deco.
I see it already.
This is the same solid purple for the top of the cabinet. And it's actually the same color they've used for the combined mode belt.
Yeah.
So it
all goes together.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Even where they put some of the side skirts in blue on that front panel, because they're resting along the top, it looks more like additional wind deflectors.
Clearly, because they knew this was a figure that came after the Motormaster. Clearly, they thought, "Oh, why did we do that? That was a silly choice. We'll just color it the same color as the rest of it." That's how it comes across to me. But yeah, G2 Motormaster is one of the big reasons why I don't like the G2 Stunticons, because your centerpiece is a color scheme that I'm just not a fan of, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, skip it.
It's nicely applied. It's just
yeah. It's just it's odd because I usually am a big proponent for G2 color schemes, but this is the one where I'm like, no.
Yeah, it does feel
like. Yeah, not at all. So that's that one. What does it show me? Oh, that's why it showed me Toxitron. So there's also Combiner Wars Toxitron, or Rekka Toxitron, I should say, which was from the Transformers subscription service. So it is the Optimus Prime. No, it is. No, it's a Motormaster mold because it's got the Motormaster chest.
But he has a bit of Prime tooling.
Yeah,
so he's got Prime's Combiner head.
Is that the Combiner head, or is that just a brand new head?
That's a new head, I believe.
I think it's a new head.
It's an unused alternate head, according to this.
Okay. Otherwise, it is what you would expect. It is in Toxitron colors, nicely applied. I like the purple in the truck mode. I like the purple stripe going across the center of it, and then having the windows in bright red. And then even on that purple stripe, you have these random just dashes of yellow for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I like how he's in the non-purple bits, this nice sickly color.
Yeah,
it's not an easy one to get.
No, I would agree. Yeah, because they didn't use this color for the Earthrise version. It looks more of a standard bright green. Like you say, this is way more kind of gross, snot-colored green kind of thing. Yeah, it looks pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah, I dig it. It's another case of the subscription service taking a good mold and just giving it a little bit of attention. So they've picked everything out. So the grill's been picked out in much more detail. The purple stripe with the yellow/orange. For some reason, none of these have painted the windows on the very side of the cab.
Yeah, I think that's because that's a joint, isn't it? So they want to keep paint away from the joints. Yeah. I see the front part that you mean, because it's like a significantly different colored green from most of the rest of it.
It's slightly softer plastic, which is why.
I think you're right. Because they've got that kind of green on the flaps on the top of the roof. I don't know what you'd call those bits, but yeah, same for them as well. It's odd. And the last one is the Japanese version, which is obviously a way closer color scheme to what a animation Motormaster version would look like. So it's well done. It's not just black either. They've used a dark Reaper gray or blue kind of color as well on the chest to make it not just black, at least from these images is what it looks like.
Yeah, this does a lot to solve a lot of what I think some folks' issues with the Western version would be with the head, especially this, because the body is all darker colors. That does a lot to help tie the head into it, so it feels much more complete.
Yeah, I would agree.
So Yeah, I think this is probably the strongest deco of the mold overall. It's not complete perfect. There are still things that some of the others have done better. So I think Toxitron, where it picked out the black of the grill, was nicer. But given this is it's pretty much an entirely black cab with silver and purple detailing, I think that works having a more complete silver grill anyway.
I would agree. However, I wasn't willing to spend import money, so I was happy enough with my mediocre baby grey version.
Yeah,
I was like, that'll do.
At least we got this deco on the legacy version down the line.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Mr. White says, I arrive at the end, but at least it's nice version of the mold. It's true, Mr. White. It's true. So that's Motormaster out of the way with. Now we've got Silverbolt, his not gen mate, his box mate. Let me pull up these. So how do you feel about Silverbolt?
Silverbolt, I felt very fondly of initially, and then he got all the reuses. It kind of soured you on him, didn't it?
Yeah, like he's I don't feel he's awful for the time. But there are bad aspects about the mold.
Yeah, I mean, alt mode, he's very clearly a plane with a robot squash underneath it.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong. It's Silverbolt. That's how Silverbolt has been from the beginning. That can be forgivable.
I mean, in fairness to the G1 toy, I'd argue it hid its parts better than this version does.
Yeah.
This one doesn't really hide its robot parts desperately well. As they're poking out quite a bit as well.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shame. But overall, I thought it was a good start for a Silverbolt, you know? It's a nice solid robot. The hands are a bit of a pain sometimes because they're where you flip them, they're on a hinge to get to the combined force of the leg mode in Superion. And there's no hip swivel because they just didn't. I think they decided they didn't need to put one in because the plane was blocking it anyway, which is fair enough.
There was no what, sorry?
No waist.
Oh, I thought you said hip swivel. That confused me.
No,
because I thought you meant like, yeah.
That's maybe daft.
I was like, wait, what? No, you're quite right. Yeah, he doesn't have a waist joint. Also, because that's where like the big flap for where his combiner head kind of comes out as well. Unfortunately,
I mean, the upside to them not putting in a waist is that they could then have that nice big cavity where both heads will fit quite snugly. To be fair,
but at the same time, it does have the issue of Superion's like head nipples, like his little antenna. They have to come out the top of his. He's got like two holes where the head bits, the antennas have to come through, which looks a bit awkward. You don't know. Well, I never noticed it at first until I played with David and I went, "What the fuck?
Yeah,
why is this?"
I mean, I normally gloss over it until you pointed out, and now I can't unsee it.
Yeah. And it's weird because it's like, obviously it has to be rubbery plastic because it can't be hard plastic because otherwise, in a position like that, they could easily break. So it's one of those things where it's like, again, it's like...
And they do have a tendency to bend as well, those horns.
Obviously, yeah, because you have to squish them in there. His nose, the nose at the front of the plane, if I remember as well, that's rubbery plastic as well, right?
Yes, because... they're awfully afraid people are going to use them to stab people in the eyes.
Fucking loser kids.
I'm honestly not sure that being rubber is going to stop the rest of that long plane form going to little Jimmy's eye socket.
True, you could hold him from the nose cone and use him like an axe or like a hammer.
Yeah.
You know, that could work as well.
No, because the wings had a slightly rubbery plastic as well.
Still,
they thought of everything.
No, they didn't, because if you use him like a hammer, he's still got the entire robot on the bottom, so you've got a swing there.
That's good. You just bludgeon him instead of
exactly. Yeah, sorry. You thought I meant like cut him or poke him? No. I mean like bludgeon him to death. I'll work. So he's like, is how I would describe him. I don't like the fact that the chest of Superior are clearly on the side of his legs as well. And there's no way to hide them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. I will say I do at least like how the Jet continues the trend that they were in at the time of trying to make Silverbolt anything other than a Concorde.
Concorde. Yeah. Well,
But at
what's
least
he
this time
meant to be? What is he?
I think he's just supposed to be like a sci-fi
Oh, okay.
stealth.
He's a
sort.
fancy jet of some description.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Excelhead says they need to give Silverbolt a better alt mode at this point. I think they need to just figure out how to transform planes better. I think he can have a nice jet mode. They just need to spend more time to figure out how to transform jets, because this is an issue that a lot of jet transformers have.
I mean, Silverbolt should be the easiest one because by default he's supposed to have quite a big jet anyway.
Yeah. And they always just shove it on the underside and go, it's fine.
And we've seen that they can make jets that are quite tidy and compact.
Mm-hmm.
So, and yeah, I know he normally has combiner bits in, but it's like the legacy version. What's the excuse? They gave him a whole extra chunk that's most of the combined mode. So that plugs into the back of the jet. So
that's something I'll say definitely in this figure's positive. I prefer how this looks visually in robot mode to the Commander class version that's out at the moment. I think that one looks really odd and awkward and like kind of fat, and he's got these big flat feet. This one looks more well proportioned or like more interesting, like as a robot. And I think the head's again done a little bit better as well.
I'd agree with that. I mean, he's not got a massive amount of paint on. I think the only bits they painted the orange bits on the sides of his stomach and the silver bits on his chest.
Yeah, the white bits on the Combiner Wars chest as well.
Oh yeah.
And then the silver on his face. Yeah, not a lot. Oh, there's the orange on the back of his forearms.
Oh yeah.
That's a big blob, and then the orange obviously along the side of the plane. So but you're right. There's not a lot.
It's not a massive amount. So
no, I would agree.
Most of it is working with the plastic of the tooling, so that's actually kind of impressive in a way. So I do dig that.
So that's one Silverbolt. We have Silverbolt 2 Electric Boogaloo, the G2 version, which I do think is actually not too bad of a version of him. I don't like the checker patterns, almost Tampo sticker-like thing on the top. That looks a bit weird.
That does look a bit weird, especially as it goes over where there are clearly windows.
To me, I'm sure I don't know if this is accurate to the original toy, but to me it looks like, do you know how like sometimes a kid would try and put a sticker on, but they just wouldn't really know where it went, and they just went, I'm going to put it here. It just kind of looks like that.
It does feel like, especially when you see that the plastic has that lovely blue to gunmetal fade, and then this to go checkerboard is straight over the top of it.
Just like, And
we've seen on other figures where they have actually blended it much more successfully.
Yeah.
So that's a shame, because it is a really nice blend that they've done from the metallic blue to the gunmetal.
Mm-hmm. Clearly done with like an airbrush or something, I would imagine, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, it looks good. And again, the color scheme of like the red and the blue, just it's not the most like crazy out there. Wow, I haven't seen that done before, but it's like I think it's reasonably effective.
Yeah, and I should point out one thing that is kind of cute is how his gun actually does split, so you can use it as the classic Silverbolt Superion combined blaster, or split in two. You get a slightly weird long barrel pistol, but the rest of it can form like quite a nice little shield / arm gun, which is kind of funky.
You see, it's not a long barrel; it's just a really, really big silencer.
No, it's the Joker's gun from Tim Burton's Batman.
Yes, I can see that too. Yeah. Ooh, there's some irony. A jet having the Joker's gun who shot Batman's jet out of the sky with as well, if I remember right.
Yeah, that's still one of those. You go, when you stop and think about it, you go, wait, he took down the Batwing with a revolver?
Yeah. Well, the barrel has like magnets in it, right? And it accelerated the bullet to high velocity. The Joker actually was using a rail gun in that movie. That's how you explain it. Maybe.
I mean, the Joker using a railgun for giggles is on brand for him.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
It could work. It could make sense. Mr. White says it was absolute cinema. True. Thank you, Martin Scorsese. Thank you. And XL Head says the upgrade kit for Superior's antenna beg to differ. Is that the case? I don't remember ever having them. I think they were made of a soft for the same reason Prime can have long smokestacks.
Yeah, I think they made them soft partly to be sure they didn't break.
Yeah.
But also for safety. I replaced mine with 3D printed ones.
Oh, okay.
And they're fine. They fit in perfectly.
Oh, fair enough. Yes, at the very least, Hasbro did it to make sure they wouldn't break, like you say, or like I say.
Yeah, it's one of those things where
would probably break them.
It's a thing that they kind of have to do for their own
safety and legal, probably as well.
Yeah,
that kind of nonsense.
Thankfully, the aftermarket will provide.
Yeah, we have the Unite Warriors version of Silverbolt, which changes the kind of mustardy kind of yellow for just like yellowy kind of yellow.
Yeah.
It's more of a standard look to Silverbolt, I think.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm torn as to whether I prefer the yellow one, not over the mustard, because the mustard gives him a bit more of a techie edge feel in a way.
Let me describe this to you, Big D, and how I see this between the two color schemes. Do you like? I'm talking about visuals here, not about the taste. Do you like vanilla ice cream, or do you like Cornish cream vanilla ice cream? Visually. One's white, one's a little bit less white. It's more creamy colored, slightly. Yeah. And that's how I feel about these two. It's like, they're, I like the yellow parts on him, on this one. But like, if someone had a gun to my head and said, well, if you were in a fire, which one of these two figures would you save? And they had the exact same monetary value after the market, I wouldn't care. Obviously, I'd pick this one because it would be worth more money. Yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't care. I'm so indifferent on these two. Do you have a preference?
I think that's quite fair. Silverbolt he's kind of the most milquetoast of the combiner torsos, I find.
And between the two of the two color schemes of like the Japanese version, which is more cartoon accurate, and then the American version, which is just a bit redder, it's like, yeah, okay.
This guy, he doesn't have the gold stripe, but instead they've actually picked out for windows along the whole,
but not all of them, because they're not on the front part. Well, they are on the very front part, but not
they've left the ones on the cabin between.
Yeah,
two, which is kind of funny.
I don't know why, unless that is meant to be the Joker just came by and sprayed yellow just across those windows for some reason, and they're not actually meant to pick out the window. It's just meant to be a random yellow line. Either way, it's weird.
Yeah,
I don't have.
It is a bit.
I've got nothing to say. I'm indifferent.
It's Silverbolt. He's fine.
Yeah, whatever. Now, an interesting one, kind of, is a slight retool, not massive retool, but a slight change into Cyclonus, and it's not
this was
too bad.
It was a bit unexpected, but
it
works surprisingly well. The alt mode, I think it works better for Cyclonus than it does for Silverbolt, to be honest.
Yeah, it looks like it hides the stuff a little bit better, but that might just be copium again.
I mean, I think Cyclonus' alt mode lends itself to a bit of a heavier bit of junk in the trunk.
Yeah, I would agree.
It makes more sense for a jet like Cyclonus to have a bit of undercarriage rather than Silverbolt, in fairness.
It's still really kind of heavy in the back, like obnoxiously so. But yeah, I would agree. It's like, okay, I don't know why, but I accept it a little bit more. Not a huge kind of changes to the robot mode. Like, he's got a few extra fins. The main thing is a fairly decent head sculpt, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that's quite nice is that the fins on his forearms are actually removable. So
are they?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
So you can do a bit of stuff with them if you want to. It's a slight shame that he's still got the same gun.
Yeah.
From Silverbolt. But given that how much other stuff they've redone on him, I mean, new head, new chest. I think the arms are fresh. The combiner detailing is different, even if most of the legs themselves are the same.
Is it? Oh, you mean for the combiner chest part? Yes,
Yeah.
that I see what you're saying. Yeah, that piece is new.
Yeah.
To be fair though, I would have liked that gun to have been changed. We're not going to talk about it today because we're not talking about the combine mode. But if that gun could have looked similar to Galvatron's cannon, but you could break it down into two smaller guns, that would have been kind of cool.
Yeah, that would have been very nifty. But no, this was a surprise. I never picked up this particular version in any of the decos, but I thought it was nice that they did it because, I mean, Cyclonus we'd last had in Reveal the Shield, I want to say,
right?
And we'd had Scourge more recently.
I mean, technically, it was the Creo version.
Oh yes, yeah.
And before that, it was this was 2015 apparently, and 2011 there was the translucent version of the Henkei Deluxe Reveal the Shield universe. It was the 2008 mold, so everybody was fucking done with that mold.
Yeah. 7 years since, so it was nice to have a Cyclonus and with a bonus Galvatron headpiece.
Yeah. Odd though, odd. Mr. White says, I really like the purple. I do think the purple on it is quite good.
It is. It's a nice rich purple.
And Excel Hedge says, all this joke talk makes me want to play the new Lego Batman. I mean, why not? I hear it's meant to be good. It's basically Arkham City, just with Lego. It's a little bit lazy design-wise in some ways, I think. But Excel Hedge also says, the barrel of Cyclonus gun should have been orange considering the alt mode. That would have worked as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
Not as good as my idea, but my idea would have been more expensive, to be fair.
Yeah.
So that wasn't the only use of this mold. This mold also got used in Unite Warriors with part of the Weird Decepticon set. One of the better colored versions of Cyclonus from Japan, where they actually did make the barrel of the gun translucent.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised it's translucent, to be fair.
Now, this version of Cyclonus is in a metallic lightish blue color, that lightish blue that sometimes Cyclonus has, whatever you want to say. Lovely detail, lots of picked out detail, and the Galvatron, which we'll talk about later, is Marvel comic Galvatron, which I think is a little bit of a nicer idea, makes it a bit more interesting, especially for the Japanese market.
It helps split the two Cyclonus from Galvatron much more clearly in the two modes as well.
Yeah, I think so. I like this one. Do you prefer? I think this one looks a little bit nicer because there's a little bit more color disparity between the two of them.
I'd agree with that. I mean, I'm torn as to whether I understand why his forearms are of that metallic purple because it's for the combined mode more than anything.
It's also for the G1 color scheme because his forearms were kind of purple as well. You not like that?
But part of me thinks that it might have been nice to have consistent color across the forearms as well, but I don't dislike it.
Okay.
I actually quite like how it looks on the jet mode, so the turbines stand out a lot more. So
I like it just because it breaks up the color a little bit more. Otherwise, I feel that the arms might look like they blend into the background of the wings and the chest and all that. So I like it. Yeah. But that's the Japanese Cyclonus. It was also done into the Combiner Wars Scattershot, which got another retool. So the head was retooled, the front nose cone was retooled, and the wings were retooled. So he became incredibly skeletal, is how I would describe him in vehicle mode. He's barely a vehicle. He doesn't really look like anything.
I mean, Scattershot always had one of the... Well, you have to be generous to call his alt mode a vehicle, let's be honest. It was always... Is it more of a flying artillery piece?
I was kind of looked at it as kind of a weird space. You know how... Well, I don't know if you did as a kid, but I would pick up like a remote control and pretend it was a ship and the buttons were gun ports. And that's kind of how I almost see like Scattershot's thing. It was big, overly chunky. It was more of a spaceship than anything that was actually aerodynamic.
That's fair. Yeah.
The problem is this, like the actual vehicle part to this, if you take off the robot part, like just look at what's left.
It's making those wings have cutouts in, but
They're so
They're just
thin,
weird.
so small.
And the thing is, they have done a decent. I mean, new head sculpt
and a decent head sculpt. Nice,
yeah.
too. Yeah,
And like I said, they have actually gone to the effort of retooling those wings and the whole forward section of the jet. That's a lot of retooling gone on there.
But
the robot isn't a bad scatter shot. It's just the fact that he came out on his own was just so random.
Yeah, eventually we'd get the Combined Wars team with him.
Yeah, but when he came out, we all thought we weren't going to get the full team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because wasn't there... This was the individual release, wasn't it? And then there was the scattershot that was part of the Combined Wars set, right?
Yeah, because Hasbro, I think, basically said they weren't going to do the full team.
And then they went, we will. We want money.
Because they realised, this line's actually a little bit popular. We can make more of it.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think the robot mode is not bad. I really dislike that vehicle mode, though. It's the afterthought. It feels like the afterthought.
Very much so.
Then there is... What's this one? This one's... Right, the next one is the one from the collector pack, which has the same molding but completely different paint on it.
Yeah.
I like the way they've painted the head better on this one, but then I prefer the rest of the color scheme from the previous version.
That's fair.
Would you agree, or do you have a different opinion?
No, I would agree with that. I'm not terribly fond of that purple because it never really said scattershot to me.
The maroony, purpley thing. Yeah, I don't know what they were doing.
That feels more like one of the monster bots, you know?
Yeah, I could see that. It's weird because he's got this weird purple, then he's got red for forearms, red for the plain, quote unquote, detail, and then red for the chest. Then he has hot pink for his gun and for his combiner chest.
And then it's all kind of tied together by the off-white plastic, which isn't it? It's actually quite a nice color, that plastic, I think. It works with all these other colors, but it's just...
And the actual placement of the red in the alt mode, it's just... It's a mess. I don't really know what I'm looking at.
No, and it's a shame because they've clearly tried to put detail in. It's just, what are you detailing?
I think the first version was the better version, but like I say, I think because the head for that version was his entire face was just blue, and then his helmet was the cream color. That was shit. This is better. They've actually picked out they've only painted the blue of the visor.
Yeah.
If you want the best version of the toy, you get the head off this, you put it on the single release version. But then again, why would you get this version when you could get the one that we're going to talk about in a moment?
Yeah.
You know. Never mind. There was also from the Combiner Wars Dawn of the Tripredicus. You have the last one, which was Sea Clamp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, had you forgotten about this one too?
I had. Yeah. I forgot we hadn't got to him yet.
So this one is just it is scattershot again. It's got all the scattershot molding, but it's got a brand new head. It looks weird because the head always looked weird from the show, but it's reasonably accurate. The color scheme on it's good though. It's kind of a dark red and a very, very, very dark green. All mushes together reasonably well and has some silver and grayish plastic with it as well. Yeah, I think generally this Tripredicus set is a bit on the messy side and a bit like odd looking.
It's one where I think they were kind of stretching a bit to try and they wanted to, because of the theme of that year, they wanted to put the Tripredicus Council into.
And they'd never been done as figures, so.
Well, I mean, technically, because these guys take their names from the Beast Wars Combiner team, but. Yeah,
they're not the same, but they are the same, but they're not.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah,
but
they're anyway.
Yes,
Unite Warriors.
Yeah,
real scattershot. So, okay, so how much of this is so? He's got the head, which is the head from the American version. I think the wings are different. And I think the nose cone is the same. Is that right? Or is that wrong? Or is it just the American version, but they've just painted it better?
Check it. I don't actually think they've changed the wings. I think they got the same detailing as on the other ones. It's just everything is the arrangement
of the paint
is different. Yes.
Yeah.
And it just kind of it makes it feel a bit more cohesive. And it also helps that he has the two blasters that can help fill in a bit of space. They've picked
I see. Yeah.
They've picked out the cockpit much more obviously, which I couldn't have told you where it was on any of the other ones, to be honest.
It was somewhere on the gun, maybe.
Yeah. Because just no idea what. Is it still messy and a bit skeletal? Yes. But everything feels like it is tied together better. Overall.
I still say the vehicle mode is bad. But it seems like they haven't changed any of the molding here. I think the robot mode is a lot better. It is a more cohesive, like you say, color scheme for Scattershot. It's clearly the best painted of the three of them. It's a shame they couldn't do extra molding to this, but for the rest of the Computron set that we'll see and talk about when we get to it.
I think they've done some stuff to the chest because the upper chest is different.
Oh yeah. Oh, wait, is it different from? I mean, it's different from Silverbolts, but is it different from Scattershots?
Yes, because he's basically got all of Silverbolt's body in essence.
Oh.
Whereas this one they've tweaked the chest so there's extra vents in there. So that's why you got the Autobot symbols on.
Yeah, you're right.
Instead.
Yeah, quite right. So there's
things.
There's one bit of remolding at the very least that we can see. There might be some more.
What have they said? So, Rootron Hasbro version, cartoon accurate thrust chest plate, knees, Computron chest plate, and Computron head.
Yeah, the knees are different.
And a retooled head joint.
Oh, well, I mean, that's useful.
And no tiny rubbery tail, pointy tail end piece. That's a direct quote. Found up at Hasbro Scattershots and all versions of Silverbolt.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Oh, I see the bit. Yeah, because there was a little point right at the end of the bottom. Yeah, and that's not there. Okay. So there's very small tweaks, dude. Not a lot, but very small tweaks. Okay, well, fair enough.
Enough to kind of make this feel more worth it. I mean, this we'll get more to it when we get to the biners and can rant, but the two Computrons it's weird how that happened.
Yeah, very close to each other as well. And the problem was, like, I'd say, again, we'll get to it, and I'll probably reiterate myself. If you were only going to get one Unite Warriors figure out of the set, I'd say Computron was probably the one you'd get.
Yeah.
I think that was the best one because there was so much extra retooling. And it was so much better than the only thing it didn't have versus the American one was an extra Legends figure, Scrounge. That was it.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's just clear superior. I'm just disappointed Japan didn't try and do a Lio Kaiser. Because I think people suggested that they could have done Silverbolt again, which would have been lame as Leozak. And then could have just done the Hasbro figures and just tweaked them and made new head sculpts for them. And I think that would have worked.
I'm still surprised that they didn't do like a Gen Selects of their own of Alpine Starscream retooled into Leozak.
Yeah, that could have been interesting as well.
Because, I mean, there's been fan upgrade kits on the 3D printed scene to do that. Because to do it as a custom, and it works shockingly well.
Yeah, true.
So,
right.
It's
so
a weird one.
It is. It's that's Combiner Wars, I suppose.
Yeah.
If it's going to be weird, it's going to be Combiner Wars. Let's see, how many other figures do we have? We have the Onslaught mold, the Hotspot mold, and we have Skyling. So you know what? I think if we leave it there, because then we've got Onslaught, Skylings, then we've got the leaders to do, the couple of leaders, and then Devastator, which is that's funny figure, especially to talk about this day and age with Studio Series around. And then maybe we can talk about the combined forms as well next week, and that'll be we'll be done. Oh my god! Well, thank you, Big D, for joining us. Where can people find you on the internet if you want to be found?
Oh, I don't hide myself because I
Oh, you're a flasher. You're an exhibitionist. Oh my god.
I fear no trolls on the internet because.
Oh my god. Does Mr. White know about your exhibitionist ways?
He's tried to keep me in control for a while now.
Good. But, keep your clothes on, for God's sake.
I can be found everywhere as David Kelly. I am occasional contributor to VKanime.net, where I'm one of their resident mech heads. With Mr. Gruff over on the Fluff and Hammer, I am his loyal minion on the Deeper Dives, where we find an article from White Dwarfs of Yore and we dive deeply and far too greedily, and normally unleash some horrid new idea for a kit bash or something on one of us because, well, we have problems and, well, we're probably not good for each other, to be honest.
Is it a toxic relationship?
More that we're not terribly good at discouraging each other from ideas. You know this, Andy. You've listened to us ramble. And then with Mr. White, we do Fluff and Busters, the show where we put on a movie and record a commentary for it because we love DVD commentaries, us two, because we're both film nerds.
What's your next one?
Well, we've just put out The Mummy. Came out as of recording this a little over a week ago and is nearly at 300 views already.
Oh, nice. So congrats. Good work.
Yeah, that seems to have struck a bit of a chord. So anyone's listening who listened to that, thank you. We have... we got Labyrinth with George.
Oh, Mr. White says nearly 400.
Yeah. We did Labyrinth recently with George. That's in editing at the moment. What did we do last week? We did... my brain's gone toffee. Mr. White, help. What did we record last week?
Tombstone.
That was it. We did Tombstone, which was actually quite entertaining. I enjoyed that. Lots of good stuff from Mr. White on that. And I think we're going to try and do a re-record one of our earlier non-YouTube shows. We're going to try and redo Conan the Barbarian, I think, next.
Or Conan the Adventurer, Warrior Without Fear.
I've now got that theme tune stuck in my head. Thank you, Andy.
No worries. Scott McNeil is Rathamon. Let's go.
I still can't believe that there was a time where Saturday morning kids' cartoons would have Conan the Barbarian. That's bonkers.
You know what's annoying? If they wanted to, they could have aged that show up, right? So you could have gotten a more adult or teen version of Conan as time went on.
Yeah. Well, do you know what they did do, which I don't think we ever got over here? They turned it into
no, I do. Yeah, it's like Mr. T's adventure, right? So he got little kid friends.
Yes.
Yeah, and he became a sub-character.
And his youth sidekicks.
Yeah. Lame.
Yeah. Funny, but...
I'd like to... I don't think they would, but I'd like to see Japan do an anime about Conan. That could be quite fun. Maybe a bit too close to Berserk in some ways, but
I mean, they don't seem averse to doing barbarian properties, let's be honest.
No.
They have a bit of a history of them.
I don't trust that Hollywood will do a good live action Conan because we've seen too many bad Conans. To be fair, there's only one. There's only the Arnie Conans which are worthwhile. So an animated Conan show would maybe be the best way to go. Then you can do all the weird stuff.
What's really funny about you saying that, Andy? Neither of the two Arnie Conans are actually terribly good adaptations of Conan.
Oh, interesting.
They feature Conan. Technically, Conan the Destroyer is arguably a bit closer to the spirit of the original stories, with how Arnie portrays Conan as much more the adventurer.
Yeah.
But both Conan the Barbarians, both the Arnie and the Momoa one, both make Conan's father being killed by a warlord from the south a big thing, and that's not actually a part of his character in the books, as to my knowledge. He just travels the world. There's no reason for him to leave Sumeria. He just does it because he has a ken for adventure, and off he trots. So he's never seeking vengeance in that way. It's kind of funny how that worked out.
I guess the movies, they just wanted to have something like easy to latch on to.
Yeah. They wanted to try and distill the essence of the character, which
Yeah.
I understand completely. There's nothing wrong about it. It's just funny once you become a bit more aware of the character and his fictional origins and his story. You look at the films and go, "Hang on, what?"
Mr. White says Japan has a Conan show. It's just that the Conan is a junior detective. That's true. That's true.
That's very true.
It would be a very different show if that Conan went on a Conan the Adventurer kind of adventure.
I must admit, I have on my eBay searches, one of my saved ones is for Conan. It's supposed to be for tabletop Conan stuff because there's this couple of Conan board games.
Oh, okay.
I collect bits and pieces from.
Like like miniature figures, or is it just like a standard kind of board game with tokens?
Standard. Well, there's a couple of versions that are just regular board games. But I've got for Monolith one that has lots of quite nice miniatures of Conan at various stages in his life and various allies and enemies he's faced.
Yeah.
But from time to time, I'll click on it and someone will have mislabeled some Detective Conan stories by mistake. So I'll have a whole load of Conan Barbarian stuff and suddenly, what the hell?
This is not the Conan I know.
And it's not a knock against Detective Conan. It's a brilliantly long-range series. It sustained its numbers for decades now. So fair play. It's just hilarious that there is this overlap.
It's not what you were looking for. XLHead says, I mean, Studio Trigger did Conan parody in Pantheon Stockings. I'll take it. I would watch a full Conan anime or a full Masters of the Universe anime as well. Well, unfortunately, you got the Kevin Smith stuff, so enjoy that.
I mean, the 2000 one still exists.
It does. It just ends, unfortunately, at a really cool point where it's like, oh, the Horde. Yeah. It's like, nah, you don't get the Horde. It's like, oh, fuck. I like that show. That was a good show. Anything else, Big D? Is that all for you?
No, I think that's all of me.
Okay. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube as Decade Andy. You can find me on the Moonbase 2 forums, on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. We're on the ccbunker.weebly.com. If you want to join us here on the Sunday, at 9:30 in the evening UK time, you can be like the people here and be live and send messages, and I can read them and read them badly and misread them as well, potentially. That's something I do. We'll be back next week with Transformers news, and I can complain more about the upscale pricing on Transformers and how I disagree with it. Is that fun?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if there's anything that's actually else happened this week. I don't think so. News-wise, I don't think anything crazy. That's right. Yeah, we've got the SDCC exclusives, which are all kind of mediocre for the most part. Yeah, there's nothing really to talk about there. Maybe from now till next week.
They're fun. Nothing so. I mean,
not crazy inventive either. They're just fine.
No, I mean, I think most people are looking at it thinking, do I need to buy Blaster again to get the last 3 tapes?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's not a lot to talk about, but hopefully between now and next Sunday there'll be some more stuff. Anyway, thank you, Big D, for joining me.
No worries. Always a pleasure.
And I'll catch you next week for Moon Poop 2.
Bye-bye.
Bye.